We now cross back to St. Michael's Beach in Port Shepstone, wherein my colleague Pearl is standing by. This is the KwaZulu-Natal Summer is Here campaign launch, and cross over to her. Very good morning to you again, Pearl.
Good morning once again, Simpiwe. Yes, the 2017 of the KZN is summer launch will be getting underway here at St. Michael's Beach in Port Shepstone. Now, as we all know, that KZN is one of the most attractive cities in the country. It attracts visitors from all over the country and, of course, internationally as well. Tourism is certainly one of the main economic drivers here in KZN. And with me to expand more on that is the CEO of South Coast Tourism. His name is Justin Mackrory, and he'll take us through some of what we can expect here today. Very good morning to you, Justin, and welcome to Morning Live. Firstly, I mean, we all know that, and the numbers speak for themselves. You know, KZN is just one of those places that attracts thousands upon thousands of visitors each year. Won't you take us through exactly what that looks like from a numbers perspective, and what is it that can be found here on the South Coast?
Hi, Pearl, and it's great to speak to South Africa this morning. Ugu South Coast Tourism, we're responsible for the destination management of the entire district. So our area is known as the paradise of the Zulu Kingdom, and we're very much an integral part of the provincial tourism mix, if you want to call it that. And it stretches from Scottburgh to our north, right the way through to the famous names like Margate and Southbrum, and then we get to Port Edward, and obviously places like Port Shepstone as well. So it's 120 kilometers of great beaches and blue flag beaches, etc. And then we also stretch inland to the Oribi Gorge up to the Ngeli Forest, about an hour inland as well. So it's a huge tourism area. Numbers-wise, we have approximately 17,000 beds, so we're very much geared up to the tourism and hospitality and leisure. And I think the big plus as well is that we have such a variety of sub-destinations and activities that we do on the coast. Our industry is worth between 3 to 4 billion a year. We put on a huge number of events. We have over 360 odd event days a year. That's throughout, and we have some very significant pinnacle events, the South Coast Bike Fest being one in Margate as well. So our tourism industry contributes over about 60% of the GDP of the district. So we're very much hospitality driven, events driven, and obviously it's a favourite within the context of South African tourism, and obviously in our province as well.
Talk to us about the significance of this launch here today. 2017 KZN is summer. Yeah. What's the significance for it being held here? And would you take us through some of what can be found here in Port Shepstone in terms of activities and more?
Yeah, sure. The significance of today is to get a public awareness and consumer awareness of the fact that KZN is really the place to be during the festive season. As you know, during the summer months it's balmy, it's warm, the water is fantastic, and so it's just a driver to get people interested in coming in. And as you know, the economy is not that great at the moment, so people will be making last minute decisions and going to where their destinations are, and being so convenient to our main markets, which is KZN itself and Gauteng and the hinterland of the province. We see this as a provincial initiative to have people to come into the variety of attractions in the province itself. But from our point of view, beach is essentially the number one. And this is why places like St. Michael's here are certainly visitor friendly. We've got great amenities. We've got 7 blue flag beaches, which is the highest number of permanently managed blue flag beaches in the entire continent of Africa. But besides that, the hotels and you see, the South Coast has also been recognized as a value for money family destination. So that's where we gear ourselves towards the summer. Multi-activities. We have beach activations up and down the coast from Scottburgh all the way down to Port Edward. So it's family, fun and value for money. And I think that's critical. But besides that, there are a number of other niches, and you know that the eco activities, the guys, the adrenaline junkies, they go and they want to have these zany, sweaty activities that they do, jump off cliffs and go down rivers and cycle in various parts of the landscape. That's all covered. Golf obviously is huge for us. We've got 11 golf courses down here, championship quality golf courses that have been known for hosting international and national events as well. So we're blessed with this wide variety, but the catering goes across the whole spectrum, for the young to the old, and people select their spot to stay based on whether they want to purely chill or they want to give it horns and have a great time down here, be it in some of the major resort towns that we have here, Margate being perhaps the principal, or our fun capital, if you want to call it that. So We have a whole series of programs during I think we have over 90 event days alone just during the festive season. And of course the New Year's Eve parties will be going up and down, left, right and centre. And we are finding a significant new interest from Johannesburg and Gauteng for people to come and holiday here, but in the broader, wider markets as well, besides our traditional markets. And so much so that we're finding a huge amount of investment in tourism now. Recently there have been a major amount of investment in buildings and property from entrepreneurs that have identified this as a very good place to be and value for money.
All right, thank you very much, Justin Mackrory, who is, of course, the CEO of the South Coast Tourism here in Port Shepstone. We'll be chatting to a whole lot of other guests who will be present here at this KZN is Summer campaign launch. But for now, it's back to you in studio, Sims, with the sports news.